Hello and welcome to Rainy Day Crafting. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of stamping up today. I've got my stamping block out here, and if you want to do a few things, this is a great thing to use. So I've just cut some card I want to stamp this onto. I tend to put a little bit of a shim underneath because it allows it to sort of shut nicely on it. So where this is a known brand as such, but it's some rather cute little stamps because obviously Easter is very much the theme. What you need to do if you're new to this and they're new, sometimes you can put a rubber over them and that will sort of give rid of some of the residue, but you then place them down the side you want them, okay? So and leave a bit of space. This one actually does come, which I've then put them on the sides, with like some cutouts that if you then look, it cuts out. Actually, I think this one actually does cut out fairly because sometimes they leave a real sort of white edge, but I'll try this in a minute when I've now done that to see, because I can't actually remember because I haven't used these ones for ages. So there's that. There's obviously some nice little sentiments. Let's pop them all in. Leave a bit of space if you want to sort of cut them out. Let's put the sentiments here. May the life of spring. There's a lovely little rabbit that's rather cute. Well, it's a little basket of eggs, no less. A gorgeous little chick. Whoops. We have there. And a butterfly. So putting them where you want them and leaving that little bit of space around them is great. Then let's put them back on there later. Shut the door on it and they should nicely pick up on the other side, all ready to stamp. Use VersaFine ink with this. I've used this one a few times actually. I think they are really quite cute. So they stamp quite nicely. Obviously look through your stash, see what you've got in anything suitable for Easter and see what you've got. Okay. See, they've actually done very, very nicely. Now, with a little bit of clear embossing powder on there. Do it straight away so then it sticks nicely. Nearly there. Okay, that's that. Just while I'm doing this, what I'm going to be putting on the card. Oh, hang on, I need to just take them. If you want to do a couple of these, I might actually do that then and stamp up another lot, because I then save them in the back of where I store them, and you have some more for another time. Okay, like I say, you don't have to emboss them, but I like the effect that the embossing gives. Okay, so now can you see that's missed that a little bit? If you didn't have one of these stamping blocks, it would have been very hard to have put that back. I still keep saying I'm going to do a video on this, but you don't need everything on the market, but there's sort of certain few basic tools that I think just enhances what you're doing, and a stamping platform of some sort is always a good one. Can you see us now took there beautifully? I think these are really gorgeous. I think I always veer on the cuteness of things, you know, but I think this sheep with a little spring hat is just lovely. So let's just put that to one side. Now, what I then do is just take these straight back off, pop them where they're going again. You can clean them off. I don't always. If you want to do a few more chicks, you just want to make sure I haven't got it all over my fingers, because then you ruin the cards. Let's just put that to one side for now. Now this one, I've already cut out a bit of card there, as you can see, and I just want to put this as nicely in the middle. If you're not happy just eyeballing it correct, measure it where it's going. Let's just check it's in the right place because I want it quite in the middle. Right. So then just beautiful, nicely in the middle. Bit of embossing powder. You can literally, if you've got more in there, you can try. I want to do this one, the card I'm going to make today. There's a little bit of a mark there, but actually what I'm planning, that won't be a problem. I put that back with the rest of them. Put this out of the way. I do tend to try and keep everything in their places and keep a sort of fairly tidy site. Right, just a little bit of noise now from this, the magic. I might leave the other one to do later, just so you don't need to see me doing a few. Just like magic, isn't it? Right, there we go. Easter is a lovely reminder of new beginnings. Gorgeous, isn't it? So we've done these, and what I'm going to now do, I tend to keep a bag of old ribbons, and I've just sorted some out from that bag. This one, I don't know, this might be actually off a reel because it's rather a long piece. So what I'm going to do, where I've done this, if you've got, this is like for sewing, needle. This is just a die that's got a pretty edge, but you know, if you look through your dies, you might have something that's absolutely ideal. Oh, I think I probably need to cut that down because I'll be here all day showing you what I'm showing you. So I got some ribbon. Just push that through. I mean, if it's thin enough ribbon, you could possibly just do it anyway on your own. Start in a corner somewhere, and then what I would do, like so, sort of hold that down with a little bit of sellotape so it doesn't come out. Simple as that. And then let's just do this as quick as I can. I don't think it's going to take that long. This is where, if I knew how to do all that fast forward malarkey, this would pay off. I could then say one, actually there's one that I've done earlier. I have actually practically, but anyway, this just, don't think this will take too long. This gives a lovely little ribbon edge. Just something different really, isn't it? Sometimes it's about, you know, using up some of your stash you've got and just making cards look different. So anyway, oh, now that's just come through there. That's a bit of a shame. With a bit of luck, should be able to just tuck it in there. Don't think it'll notice if I hold that for a minute. It's because I was being a bit overzealous with it, I think. Back through. This is going to take longer than I think, actually. So anyway, you've got the gist. Can you see how effective that is? Yeah. So here is actually one I did earlier. So I just need to just finish that off. Hold on. I'll do that one later. Thing is, when I do all these at different stages, for me, I'm actually getting a load of cards made in one go, because to do my videos, I'm sure I will learn. I end up doing cards at various stages to be able to show you. So this is with that blue, is quite lovely, isn't it? So there, quite gorgeous. So then I would trim that down, put another little bit of sellotape on that. It's obviously on the back of the card, so it doesn't matter. Or you can do a bit of glue, but as far as I'm concerned, a bit of sellotape. It's not coming off. So there we already have that. So just for easiness, here's one of these that I just coloured earlier. And if you wanted to, you could then emboss that so it's very, very shiny too. But I'm just going to leave that like that. So anyway, that's how we did those. Oh, I'm going to, hang on. I want to show you actually. If I think I might have cut that out by hand. I'm not honestly sure. So let me just for easiness, let's just see. It's not easiness, I just want to see if it do work. I want to basically be able to show you if this, here we go, if this fits the right size, because you get some stamps that come with these. I don't generally buy them very often because sometimes they leave this great big oops, trying to look for I've always got lots of these bits. Oh, here's an old one I used from earlier. So all you do again is pop this on there, that on top. You want to be in exactly the right place, which again, if you're not happy it's going to stay where you want it, stick it down a little bit. Should be fine. Let's have a little look. I actually, because I haven't used this one for such a long time, I can't remember if it cuts out really near to the edge or not. So let's have a little look. It's going to be new to me now. Oh, actually, not bad. It definitely still leaves a little bit of a line, but that's what you're happy with. Yeah, so I obviously, by that, if you see, I cut round the edge, but that's not too bad at all. And when I've done this card sometimes before, well, not on here, but, you know, when I've made this, used this stamp for a card, I've then stamped out a few more, and then I've cut the hat out separately and put an extra bit of, you know, the heightened tape underneath so it pops on the card a bit more. Anyway, let's put them to one side, this to one side, put that back there. I think the trick often is putting things away again. Yeah, so let's get the bit of card. Got my card here again. I feel quite a simple card, so I'm literally popping that in the middle of there, which I think is quite effective. I think for easiness, I'm going to have that fairly flat to the card. So we need, oh, the sun's coming out. It's been snowing quite heavily here this morning. There we go. Now you just need to find your ends. Like I say, if you're not very good at sort of putting it in the right place, feel free to put measurements on your cards and line it up so you know exactly where it's going. But I tend to sticky, do it freehand. Right, make sure your card's open in the way you want it. Hand the right way up. Pop that nicely in the middle, I think. There you go. So do you know what? That could be perfectly okay as a card. Because you know me, I don't always like to put loads and loads on, which is quite nice. And if you wanted to, where I've then stitched the ribbon just in the edge pieces, you know, you could do another colour in there. So look through your dies, see if you've got some dies that will do that. And then this, I just thought would look quite nice there, just on the side. So I will raise that up. We'll break into song. What's that song? Raise me up. No, I don't think I'll sing. Which? And there we have a rather lovely card. A few elements in there, to be fair, isn't there? But quite nicely. Till the next time, thank you very much. See you soon.